Christmas is coming in you.
That's just it's the most disturbing thing I've heard. Let's do a podcast, fellas. Episode 6 of 8 Bits recorded the 23rd of May 2013. That is the date, isn't it? I don't know. Sponsored by Stelgim, who says, not really sure what pimpage means, but you can check him out at youtube.com/Stelgim. Check the show notes.
That's Stelgim.
That's exactly what pimpage means. And, what a champion. He also sponsored again, saying 8 bits for the win. You magnificent bastard. Grim, who says, I don't know what to say here, so I'll just say hi and go back to my corner. Check the show notes for their YouTube channel, youtube.com/LiamWatson28. Way to say your real name. For Feed the Beast Minecraft series with Mike Gekron.
I love it.
Also, Atemawk, who says, meow. And Shelby, who says, I probably won't be there. Sad face. Oh, we're all sad for you, Shelby.
Mate, you've actually missed one too. And Vlash that says, love you guys, love the show, keep it up, thumbs up.
Well, there you go, Vlash. I don't like you.
I love that intro.
We made it to the 8 Bits podcast. What a clusterfuck of an intro that was. Holy shit.
Wasn't it?
Welcome to 8 Bits podcast. I'm Maz. I'm here with BRADIDAS and Bruce. We're all the people who do the podcast. It's amazing.
We are.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah, it's alright.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
You know how I feel.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Let's not uncage him yet.
Don't cage the beast. You can be a part of the show if you just hashtag 8bitslive on Twitter, and we'll put you in the sandbag at the end.
Is that so we stop reading my Twitters?
Yes, please do. Otherwise, all we're going to do is read Brad's Twitters.
That is the one and only reason that has changed to that. So 8bits, hashtag 8bitslive, and we'll read your little comments. Keep it short. If you want to talk bigger things, head on over to our internets at facebook.com/8bitspodcast, and you can get right in the discussion with us on whatever the hell we are talking about. And also 8bitspodcast.com for the show notes and video of the previous episodes.
Ooh!
Isn't that great?
It's pretty good.
Sounds good to me, man.
It's a good deal.
Well,
And it's free.
it's free. It's an excellent deal.
Except for those people who we talked about before. But
It's free to play.
It's free to play.
Except for microtransactions.
Vlash wants a refund. That is in the mail already. I'm sorry, Vlash. My show notes seem to be a piece of shit. But luckily Bruce has his backup, which is also now the real
notes.
the real notes.
Hooray.
I'm rolling live.
Also, if you go to the show notes on 8bitspodcast.com, please click the iTunes link and give us a rating. None of you have done that since episode fucking 4.
This makes us sad.
So if you could do that, that helps us out a great deal. If you haven't already, if you've done it, you win.
You may continue watching.
But those of you who haven't, go do that now. We'll wait.
I'm just going to have a drink while we wait for this to happen. Mate, what is that, soup?
It's soup.
Good, because I was going to say you don't slope water.
Let's go to the BEYONDOPOLIS news!
Those books should catch fire.
Every time! What's been cracking? As you can see by the show notes, Bruce, we've compiled all of our pre-show ramble into news now.
Oh, wow.
It makes sense.
It's not just who's been talking on the forums.
It's a good idea.
Winter Guild.
That's right. Taking over the world.
Presumably they'd know who'd be talking on the forums, because they might probably on the forums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It's good.
There's a lot of value there.
We should relabel this to the Neverwinter News.
Neverwinter News.
Or in this case, The Xbox news.
Xbox news.
Xbox news.
First off, Brad, you've got a I'll let you share my notes.
Cheers.
A haiku winner.
Yes. It was Grim.
Hey.
Grim.
Hey!
Grim won the haiku. I sent him his prize, so hopefully that's all good.
So if you guys don't know what we're talking about...
Can you bring up the Facebook page at all?
Can I bring up the Facebook page? Yes.
I'll read it.
I have the internets.
I'll read it online.
Oh,
Jesus.
Everything just happened there.
Look how out of control you are.
I'm out of control. Get rid of that.
So yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, obviously you're not on our Facebook page.
Yeah, go on.
For some reason Steam sent me a couple of coupons for 75% off. What is it? Is it Total War Shogun 2? Am I right?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So I figured, well, I've already got it, so I'll do a quick competition.
8-bits hike test.
There it is there. Yep. You are correct. Total War Shogun 2.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth getting on the Facebook page, because you never know when I might have things to give away.
Is Grim Liam?
Yep.
Waiting on the stream, glorious chiptunes blaring. 8-bits is so sim. I like it.
It's pretty good. And it is correct. Which is what I was looking for. So
enjoy your
Coupons.
Grim, and thanks for being awesome haikus. Holy shit. So you got some industry...
industry news. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to mention was about EA getting the Star Wars license. Does anyone care here?
Not anymore.
No, I was thinking, it'd be a sad time if I gave a shit about Star Wars. Yeah.
I think it's done.
Yeah, it might be done. I mean, I know J.J. Abrams, while we're talking Star Wars,
Sure.
is going to make a good Star Wars movie that is going to be forgettable. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be shithouse, but you're not going to remember you've seen it. Just like his Star Trek movies, which are basically his demo reel for Star Wars.
That's what his movies do.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing, necessarily. It's just not exciting. But now EA's got the game licenses. Now,
the thing is, though, I mean, EA is a horrible publisher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the three studios that'll be looking at Star Wars are going to be Visceral, who made Dead Space, who I think are a good studio. They just need to be allowed to do what they are good at doing.
Yeah.
DICE.
Yep.
So, that might be alright.
DICE would be okay.
And BioWare.
Ooh.
I mean, they've proven they can do a good Star Wars game.
Mm.
Can they still do it, though? That's the thing.
And then EA will fuck up launch, and that'll be...
Yeah. And then it'll be down to EA to fuck it all up.
And then microtransaction the shit out of it.
Do you want a purple lightsaber?
Oh my god!
$5.
Yeah. Do you want your lightsaber to glow?
Oh,
there's another $2.
Do you want a dual wield?
That's a $10 deal.
To get the DLC pack.
More arms DLC pack.
Do you want purple pants?
Speaking of EA being shithouse,
oh wow!
I've seen their unprofessional slander of Nintendo over Twitter.
No, I haven't.
The EA sports engineer called the Wii U crap and says Nintendo should give up hardware completely and just sell Mario and Zelda to Xbox or PlayStation exclusively. He says they aren't making games for the Wii U, that's EA, and EA says that's not true, saying that we don't have anything new for the Wii U to announce, but it doesn't mean we won't release some in the future. But guess what, EA? You can keep your FIFA, your Madden NFL games, and SimCity abortions to yourself. We don't want to have a bar of it. And I think the tweets were only up for like 2 hours or something before he removed them. So someone has obviously given him a slap and told him to shut the fuck up and fix SimCity, hopefully. Do you think EA are trying to pull attention away from their own complete downfall by...
well, that's the way you
fun at other people.
That's the way you do it, isn't it? If you want attention off yourself, you slag somebody else off.
Yeah, you try and shift the blame.
That's what. I
mean, we're crap, but look how crap they are.
Yeah, we're crap, but you guys are totally fucked. I mean, it is a kind of semi-valid point. Maybe Nintendo should sell some of those franchises and just go back to handheld consoles. and give up on the Wii U.
I disagree. I think the Wii U is fine, and it's going to be fine when they start releasing games for it. And we'll get to it when we start talking about Xbox. But I don't think they're the worst off.
Well, they're not. I mean,
look at that elephant in the room.
Yeah, exactly. The elephant that's sitting on everybody's head.
It's a big elephant.
Yeah.
It stinks, and it makes a lot of noise because it's got a huge fan in it.
Mate, your elephant's full of fans, eh?
It's full of fans.
A fan in an elephant. It's a new horse in a hole.
It is.
Yeah, so the other thing I wanted to mention was Blizzard breaking the auction house.
They broke.
Yeah, what the hell is this?
Okay, so what happened was apparently they upped the amount of gold that you can sell from 1 million to 10 million.
Oh dear.
But there was a bug in the update that basically if you bought the gold and then cancelled your purchase, you still got the gold.
Oh, hey!
So a whole bunch of people went, and just duped millions upon millions upon millions of gold.
That's amazing.
Which, like, I'm not an economy guy. I don't understand.
Which would have,
I don't understand economic stuff. But what I do understand is this has pushed prices way up.
Oh, fuck.
Because it's just inflated the prices
there's so much gold in the market now, it'll cost you a shitload of real money to get any amount of gold. I would assume is how it works.
Yeah, it's not well. it's not doing good.
Mate, sell all your gold.
No.
Can you do that?
No, what people would do then is sell their gems. Because gems suddenly skyrocketed in price.
Wow.
Like even the shitty ones.
because there was a flood of gold.
Wow, this is like a legitimate problem because real money is concerned, like real people's money. And people can actually make some.
They locked down the real money auction house pretty quick, but
okay.
But what they should have done is rolled it back.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
Everybody who
they made mistakes.
Once again, Blizzard, patch your shit. Successfully, please.
Patch your patches, mate.
Yeah, patch your patch.
Has anybody got any... Obviously not, because we would have been talking about it at some point. But we don't know anything about their new IP that they're coming out with yet.
Oh, Titan.
Yeah,
code name Titan.
So no, we don't have anything yet. We'll keep you posted. Thanks for the question. Whoever asked that, it was me. Never mind.
I'd like to thank myself for that question.
Atemawk says stock market crash. Yes, it was. That's literally what it was.
Blame the GFC.
We'll do that.
Because Blizzard fucking will.
I'm sure we could find a way to blame EA. Nintendo is fucking YouTubers currently. They are claiming ownership of any videos on YouTube that have their games in it, and doesn't mean they're removing them, but they will collect ad revenue from those videos. And
that is the only revenue a YouTuber can achieve, isn't it?
Yes.
Unless you're being paid by someone like Machinima.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's going to affect you indirectly too, because then Machinima are then going to... because their revenue would be derived from ads as well.
Yeah, exactly. But I think what it does is override the fact that the ads on a Machinima or TGS partner would receive, would put on their videos of Nintendo, and the ads that go on it would then be Nintendo's. So Machinima, I imagine how it works is Machinima doesn't get any cut, and Nintendo gets the cut just because it's their content. Still don't know whether and apparently PlayStation are doing it a little bit now as well. So I heard that last night. So that's fun. Has this affected you at all yet? Obviously not, because you're partnered with Machinima, but I still suspect that eventually Machinima and everyone are going to have to evaluate how they pay their directors. What'll end up happening is organisations like Machinima and TGS will have to have their conversations with the game developers, like Nintendo and PlayStation. Because what they'll find is if people can't make money off this content, which are essentially reviews and commentaries and that kind of thing, people won't do them because they'll just stick to stuff that they can get paid for. Otherwise, what's the point in putting in the effort? And then Nintendo and PlayStation will just be shooting themselves in the foot because all that shit is basically how we all get our reviews now. There goes their free advertising. Yeah, exactly. That's how I choose a game. We watch Let's Plays and see if it's any good and see someone talking about it as they play it. That's kind of how we we do shit in the future.
Yeah.
So if they are going to keep stealing the content back, then they'll just find that people won't make the videos and ain't nobody going to give a shit about buying them as much.
Oh, exactly. Or we're going to roll all the way back to demos.
All the way back to demos. Oh, who plays demos?
I do.
Me.
The downloads are too big to download. Like,
fucking get out.
You may as well get the whole game. I'd be okay with it if like the demo came with a you just purchase and then it just unlocks the game and you don't have to download another 48. Anyway.
So what what Xbox Live Arcade does?
Oh,
I don't know. But
you download the demo and then if you want to purchase it, you purchase and just unlocks. Like you download the full game.
Perfect. That's great. I like it.
Back to buying things like PC Power Play with demo discs.
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah. That was the shit.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Your demo cartridge, put it in.
I still like having shit on my shelf. Like I don't like the idea of all my content that I've bought floating in the cloud somewhere. This sentient Xbox.
Mate, we'll get used to it because that again
is the future.
Is going to come into the elephant in the room.
Like Nintendo.
Oh, is it? We don't actually know.
Maybe.
Nintendo give you the option now with the Wii U and the 3DS. Like you can go into a shop and buy yourself a hard copy, or you can download it. But it's not cheaper to download it, so I want the book and I want the case.
Yeah,
and I
why
want
not?
to display it. So if it was considerably cheaper, and they pass the savings of not having to manufacture. And
they don't have any manufacturing costs. They don't have any distribution costs.
Then I'd be like,
where's this money going?
Yeah, exactly. So it's going straight into the pockets of.
It's going into somebody's holiday fund. That's where it's going.
I have.
Maybe you should
things.
Build your own cloud.
So many things.
Yeah, it's been a big couple of weeks.
I'll do this really quickly. It's more like excitement, really. Nintendo Direct recently shot out a thing. Just some games that they've announced. Legend of Zelda, which was originally on the Game Boy Color, Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, is being re-released in the Virtual Console on the 3DS, and it is arguably one of the best Zelda titles to come around since the SNES one. Fucking Link's
A Link to the Past.
Dildo. Yeah, that one.
Link's fucking dildo. What?
And apparently, like playing both unlocks.
We played different games.
Clearly.
A bit Pokemon-esque, whereas if you play both, you unlock new content in the other kind of thing. So that's pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
Donkey Kong Country returns 3D. If ever there was a game made to be viewed in 3D, it's that one. True. It looks fucking shit hot, and what I've seen of the 3DS version.
Now, is it a new game or is it just Donkey Kong Country Returns ported?
It's the same game. They've added new features to make it easier for people, because obviously younger gamers on the 3DS and Donkey Kong Country Returns, as Spud will attest,
it's hard as all fuck.
Fucking nightmare game. But it's still got the original thing, and they've added more levels as well for like completists who have done the whole thing.
That's not too bad.
So I won't be getting it, but it looks good. Resident Evil Revelations.
I have played the demo of this on PlayStation. Yeah.
Good times.
It's better than Resident Evil 6.
that is what I was expecting.
It's a plus.
That was originally on the DS.
3DS.
And it's been smashed out for all the other consoles now. Pikmin 3, they announced a new Pikmin type. It's a flying one, and it's less time strict. I never played the other ones, but you did, Brad.
I played the first one.
It's you got your 3 days. Now you have as many days as you like.
It was 30 days.
30 days.
It was the month. Yeah.
Now apparently you don't have that time restriction. Obviously you still have to go to bed at night.
Oh really?
And do stuff, but there's no like quick in 30 days we're trapped here and we're going to be fucked, from what I understand.
I'm not sure if I like that, honestly, but whatever.
And then you're like, there's one, Sonic Galaxy.
Get out right now.
Sega and Nintendo have teamed up to try and bring Sonic back from the dead. I'm of two minds about it.
Guess what? No.
I'm of two minds about it. One, because the Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games work quite well, and they're like, I don't know whether they're hand in hand on that or whether that's a third-party developer with the license. But basically, they're making Mario Galaxy, but with Sonic. It's from what it looks like from the one screenshot they've provided.
Still no.
You didn't. You haven't mentioned the Wonderful 101.
Yeah, I'm not that's
the only game I saw on there that like excited me.
I'll probably do a hype about that when I've got
Fair
more
enough.
time. The other ones I probably won't ever talk about again. But Wonderful 101 is like, I don't know what this is, but it looks like it could be pretty exciting.
It looks cool. Yeah.
But yeah, they talk more about that, and then obviously there's more shit at E3, but that's in my hype.
Still no Pokemon Snap.
No, Pokemon Snap. You fucking bandits.
Makes me sad.
Are we ready?
Sad too.
Are we centered?
Are we going to release the monster?
Let's do it.
So yeah.
But tell us what you think of the Xbox One at hashtag 8bits live.
Yes.
And we look forward to your action in the sandbag. But for now,
You might as well hashtag an Xbox reveal as well, because if we might as well let them know.
Yeah. Oh well. Shall we allow Brad to lead the elephant in?
let's do it.
Why? Why have they done it? Why have they fucked it up so hard?
Now,
I can't even be angry anymore. I'm just. You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm Charlton Heston at the foot of the smashed up Statue of Liberty. Like, you maniacs! Why? You blew it up!
yeah. Klados just said the word water cooler. I remember watching the thing.
Oh,
and
yes.
We're making the Xbox a new water cooler. I'm like, no. Get out of my face. So, just a rundown. Basically, they've upgraded the innards. It's got 8 gig of RAM now.
8 gig of RAM. That's
They've
nice.
turned it into a multimedia centre PC, basically.
They've turned it into a cable box, which isn't even relevant in this country.
No. They've made the Kinect better. Like it
Kinect
can
is better.
recognise you better.
Well, we don't actually know.
All they've done is added Kinect to the console rather than it being a plug-in.
It still plugs in. It's still not even inside the machine. It's still
It's a big fucking bar you're putting your TV.
Yeah. What else do we get? All the gestures of the Kinect. TV is a big feature of the Xbox.
You know what TV is a big feature of?
TV!
Yes!
TV.
You stole my line, you cunt.
Good news for TV lovers. They're making a Halo TV series. Spielberg
Spielberg. That could be okay.
That could be good.
Whatever.
You know,
I don't care, but it might be alright.
just don't put fucking Chris Hemsworth in it. Or that other guy who's always in things. Who's that Australian dude?
Which one played Thor?
Chris Helmsington?
But he's alright. He's been alright in everything I've seen him in.
The one I don't want in anything is the Avatar guy.
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington. Not Worthington. Anyway, there's something there, but I couldn't find it. And then we had a COD.
It's got a dog.
COD action, dog action. It's really funny to me. They
let's take bets now. You're gonna have to that dog is gonna die, or you're gonna have to kill that dog.
I was going to say the exact same thing. That dog is going to die.
Or it's going to kill you and you'll become the dog.
Why don't they call it Call of Duty Fable 2?
I am legend.
Yeah.
And something which I found a very peculiar thing is, with the Call of Duty thing, Xbox One owners will get exclusive first DLC.
That always happens.
Does that just mean they get it?
They get it first.
It's a timed exclusive.
Fuck off.
Have some DLC,
That's
and
not
then
an announcement.
Once you've got it, oh look, everyone's got it. We're going to now release it to everybody else too. I'm surprised they didn't build a fleshlight into it.
Well, it's going to have porn, so why not?
I did find it very funny that they were like, we've made a new COD and it's better than the last one. Well, it better be, because it's on a new console and it's your 14th
if you make a new COD and it's even not on a new console, I want it to be better than the last one.
And they went,
I don't want it to be worse.
as far as going, here's a jungle from our old COD and here's the new jungle. It's like, no shit, it looks better. That's the fucking point.
Congratulations, you've done your job.
Even if it was still on the old Xbox, I want it to look better. You bandits.
They're not good.
It was a very long conference with very little information in it. We've just summed everything up.
So much sports.
Oh my god, the sports. I was watching it playing fucking something I'll talk about later. Just go, oh god. And even they didn't look very good, I thought. I thought the
Yeah, I don't know. They barely showed any actual game screens.
What I saw
Here's a
of the
cutscene.
game shit, it looked like Pixar had made it.
That's because they were pre-rendered cutscenes.
They were the game.
No, it wasn't.
No, they're pre-rendered. No, they're cutscenes.
Fucked. What a bunch of assholes. What's the point? What's the point of showing anything?
Why? I don't understand why Microsoft felt they needed to do this. Because none of this information is worth anything. It's 20. Like it's like, what is it? Like 18 days to E3.
So what are they going to show at E3 now?
Yeah, well, hopefully they're just trying to fuck everybody in the arse, and then at E3 they'll.
We're kidding.
Oh, it's April Fool's. Get the fuck out! It's not April.
It's made of a floating orb.
I would
that you
buy
consume.
that just
Connect. Stop watching me sleep.
I can't do
Always
that.
online.
Too.
I can connect orb.
Get out, Xbox! I'm trying to masturbate.
That's why they didn't put a flashlight in, because it's just going to watch you.
Did you want porn?
Sure, why not?
And then it projects it on the wall. That'd be nice. Good.
Somebody at Microsoft just walked in and went, "Oh, look, a PC. Let's launch that."
So here's the thing: installing games, fine, whatever. I knew it was coming. Cloud gaming, that would be whatever.
We
That's
install
fine.
games on our PCs.
Yeah,
It's not new.
It's not new. It's fine. Always on. That's a pain, but I've got internet, so I don't care.
They should never have told us. We wouldn't have cared, because my Wii U is always on. It's always looking for updates. The last update it did was like, now I can do updates without you turning me on. So, and I don't care because they didn't tell me.
All my consoles are always on the internet when I turn them on.
Yes,
that's fine.
Yeah.
But what really broke? Well, this is the straw. This is the straw that broke me down.
well, yeah, because you said you were probably not going to get it.
Yeah, no. Like if this remains true, if this is a true fact, then no, I'm not going to get it. The fact that you have to input a code when you buy a game, put the disc in your machine, a game that you have bought with your money, put it in the machine, then you have to put in a code which locks the software to your account. So that disc is essentially a dead disc.
Yeah, you bricked it.
It's the disc is bricked. Except, I could give that to you. Say you've got an Xbox One for God knows what reason.
Probably another Banjo-Kazooie.
You can still put the disc in. You have to pay to use the disc.
How much? Like again?
They haven't announced. We're assuming at this point the full price.
So you're essentially buying a whole new code to put it onto your account.
But what about a part of gaming and the community of gaming is I like different games to you,
but we
swap and share and go here, borrow this. You might like it, and if you do, you'll go and buy your own copy, or you'll just never give it back. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like they're going to destroy that. And
not only that, a lot of people can't afford new games. I mean, I know.
Yeah,
I usually can, but there's a lot of times where if I'm looking for used games because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
What's the point of that? That's a dead market now.
It is. They're obviously just. I mean, they were always a little bit upset with people like EB Games and what is it? The one in the Best Buy, I think, is the one in the States.
GameStop.
Making massive profits.
They're the same
off
company,
of,
by the way.
Massive profits off of pre-owned games.
Yeah, because they have no out. They apart from what they give you, they don't have any overhead on that.
Exactly. So I can understand that, but they could have put a different system in that's not going to shaft people so hard.
And if that backwards compatibility thing is true, and they're not going to be backwards,
it's not backwards compatible. It's
not,
which is going to completely kill the used game market.
Completely.
Here's something I don't think anyone's mentioned before, but it's something that I thought of. This is I haven't seen it anyway.
Hot dickings just popped in my head. We haven't mentioned that yet.
No, we totally have.
Oh.
But anyway,
I was going to say
this is something I haven't seen on the net yet. A concern that I had. What is stopping someone from making a code generator?
Yeah.
And just having games. So you like. I mean, like
like we do with PC games.
Like it happens with PC games.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened to me. I bought a new copy of Arkham City for my Xbox. Opened it up, like new copy, not pre-owned, as far as I know, because I bought it from JB.
Yeah.
And it didn't have pre-owned on it or anything. Opened it up, pulled out the Catwoman DLC code.
Yeah.
Put it in. This code is already in use. Someone has generated that code and already used it.
Wow. So
it's not something that can't happen.
No, well, it certainly can happen.
So what about that? I mean, I'm going to go to the shop, fork out my, $60, $70 for a game, get home, pop the code in.
Your code is invalid.
Your code is invalid. It's already in use.
Please call Microsoft on 1-300 $800 a minute.
What about that?
Xbox.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
He's going to go purge. Well, Domo, you're copping it today.
Copping it hard.
What do we think about... Do we know why they changed their mind from infinite to 1? I kind of do. It just makes
because
sense.
it's supposed to be the one machine that you'll need.
Yeah.
Apart from an old Xbox, because it's not backwards compatible. And if you're in the States, a cable box to plug it into on the cable, and your TV, which is probably already, like, if you could afford a smart TV, it already does all this shit anyway.
Yeah.
So
all TVs bigger than your fist have that shit in it already. It's amazing.
Someone on our Facebook made a good point. If I have the original Xbox One...
Oh, the original Xbox.
Yeah, so if I've got Xbox One, what do I call this new one? Does that mean I want Xbox One 2?
I want Xbox... The first Xbox One. You're just going to confuse old ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Buying things.
Grandmas are going to go...
I got you the new Xbox!
What the fuck is this?
It's the big one with those huge control pads.
I asked for the first one and they gave me this. It was $20.
Grandma, you got ripped off again.
Actually, $20 for an original Xbox, that's not bad.
True.
It's red ringed though.
First and red.
Didn't they?
Not the original, wasn't it?
Wow, so cool.
Xbox Zero.
Oh my god. I think what they should have done is called an Xbox Infinite and said, look at this hatch at the back that opens and we will release RAM. You can upgrade the RAM, you can upgrade the stuff. You'll never buy another Xbox again because we're just going to keep, fitting more shit into this.
And maybe even if
here's your new Xbox video card.
It was the chance to make it a lot simpler.
Yeah.
Because updated computer, it's not super hard. Obviously,
it would be cheaper for them. They could just keep, here's the new graphics card. Work with that. Here's our new operating system.
Why don't you go buy a fucking PC instead?
That's basically the Nintendo 64 with that upgrade pack.
With the made at 128.
Yeah.
Business. I don't understand.
I mean, that was shit. But,
you saw that, didn't you?
So Spud said it shouldn't be Xbox Infinite. It should be Xbox Fisting.
Well, it's called the X-Bone.
The X-Bone. Yeah, I mean, for someone like Microsoft to not think of just endless expansions for something, that'd make a shitload of money. It would be cheaper for us instead of I don't know.
Maybe the next console cycle is not going to be a very long one.
I think it might be dead before it starts.
In fairness, in terms of Nintendo are always going to have some gimmick to innovate in inverted commas. The games that they're creating, they're always going to do that. That's their thing. PlayStation and Xbox have only ever upgraded their machine and taken Nintendo peripherals once they become popular. So
that's really only true of this last generation.
Well, before this generation, they've always added shoulder buttons. After Nintendo, they've always added analog sticks.
The PlayStation 1 had analog sticks and shoulder buttons. Oh, shoulder buttons.
The N64 came out before the PlayStation. That had shoulder buttons and an analog stick.
The SNES I don't think anyone can be really excited about the N64 controller.
Hell yeah, that was their best controller.
No,
maybe the GameCube.
What happened to you?
Have you been in some kind of coma?
Oh, come on.
You know, the control pad
made it better. So, but I mean, like, they were always just going to upgrade stuff.
That yellow C-stick sucked a dick.
So, yeah, it did. So, what of the Xbox would have made all this other shit less painful for you?
One, don't brick discs.
Don't brick discs.
Like, that is just nonsense.
Well, aside from
actually, you know what? That is really the only thing. Backwards compatibility, I can live without it. I'll just keep my 360.
Someone made a good point.
But
I've got the Xbox 360. I think. I don't know. I never turn it on, and it's so loud.
Have you seen a loud one?
It's the white one.
Oh yeah. That's loud as shit.
It's loud as fuck, and it's so heavy, and
it's just one big fan.
The power pack for it is bigger than the console. That is backwards compatible, and I got some old Xbox games. They run like shit on it. Oh yeah, the
emulation software was fucking terrible.
So, you know, they half-assed it then. But are you really going to get?
But here's the thing. Here's why I'm upset about backwards compatibility, because they're not offering an alternative. They have said they have no plans to release old games on a download or cloud.
They're not going to do that.
That's what they've said. They have no plans to.
Wow.
Unless something's been updated since I left the house this morning.
Yeah, fuck.
And PlayStation have come out and said we will have.
And they have been doing it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're doing it already, but it's going to be they're going to add more to it, obviously.
Wow.
PlayStation 4 might be, if I get one of them, it might be the way to go.
PlayStation 4 is probably where I'll go, only because I just never use my Xbox. And the ones that games that I do want that are on Xbox are also on PlayStation, so I'd always go there.
I'll give you the hot tip, I'm not getting one at launch, though.
No.
Fuck that in the butt.
Oh, no.
Oh, is that elephant full of fans
complete
for now?
I think that's what I needed to say.
Hashtag your thoughts on the Xbone to 8bits live and sandbags. Wow, that was a big news. Any news from the community, Bruce?
No, we got our guild up and running, and to those in the guild, I have the heavy Inferno horse.
This sounds highly exciting. extremebeyond.engine.com.
It's better than the light Inferno horse.
Yeah, that's right.
Is our community forums and business. If you want to get amongst it, you are welcome to do it. It's good times. Let's crack on.
We can get to our first segment.
Hey! Save!
Well, there was a lot of news.
There was
a lot of news. That was good. Welcome back. We are talking about the new. No, we're not.
More note fails.
This is exciting. Talking about something now.
Because we weren't before?
No, we were.
That was a lot of nothing then.
Sure wasn't. Who would like to go first?
I'll go last, if that's cool.
I'll go first. My save state's pretty quick and easy, obviously.
Mine is long and complicated.
Obviously, Neverwinter. And the other one I've been cracking out is Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Okay.
Really? You're going back to Oblivion?
Yeah, went back to Oblivion. Cracked that out. Played it for a bit. Went...
This is old.
I'm done again. my hunger has been fed.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's all I've really been playing. I have and Pocket Village on my iPhone, but
Pocket Village.
Yeah, it's standalone. It's not multiplayer. But
get Crash of the Clans. I've been playing that.
Okay.
And that is multiplayer, I believe.
So yeah, been quite.
I'm interested in
quite real life busy. So I'm at the minute. I'm looking at what can I play on my iPhone or touchpad.
I wanna find a game for my iPhone that I can play, like turn based kind of thing, back and forth. Like one of those before you go to bed, like things when you go your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, and
your iPhone game.
Have your turn in fucking.
Well, see, I was doing that with Pokemon. Just Facebook, Twitter, put my phone down, pick up my
next level.
Yeah, that's it.
Level up the Untitled Squad.
So yeah, that's me.
Have you been after Skyrim? How have you been finding Oblivion again?
Look, I always preferred. I tried to go back to Daggerfall, all the way back.
That would be a rough.
And I went, I've gone a bit far. Mainly because obviously I had to play it in DOSBox in an emulator, and it was a bit chunky. And I was like,
that's actually really good.
Mate.
That's exactly how that game is.
I can't do this. Well, when I was playing it back on Windows 95, it was all right, but.
Guess what?
Guess what? It's not now.
It's the future.
But look, I prefer Oblivion and I prefer Morrowind over.
Yeah.
Over the.
I never played
Morrowind.
I mean, I think you gifted me Morrowind. I haven't played it yet. Just because I was like, it's Elder Scrolls. It will take me 60 years.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I love about them. But yeah, no, I like to go back every now and then. Like, I think it's almost time for me to install Icewind Dale 2 again and give that another crack. There, and Freddie, if you listen to this, it's almost time for the yearly Icewind Dale 2 attempt to try and finish that game. Get to that dragon. Get angry. Uninstall it for another 12 months.
2 years ago, that motherfucker said if he ever plays Baldur's Gate 2 again, he will put it on his channel.
Yeah, well, he lied to you.
Yeah, he did.
And you shouldn't be surprised.
That son of a bitch.
So there it is. Mars, what have you been kicking about?
I have been kicking about on my 3DS the game Mario and Donkey Kong Minis Anti-Move.
So I just played this. What?
What? But it's a puzzle game on the 3DS. It's cute, chibi, wind-up versions of Nintendo characters. There are 4 main game modes, mini-games, collectibles, and it costs 13 Aussie dollars.
Really?
Really? Which is not bad. It's and I'll get as to why in a minute. I'll go through everything. Let's do it. Let's do this. The first main thing is Mario's main event. This is the first mode. You drag tiles Tetris style from a pipe on the side to complete a path for the Marios to collect the coins and make it to the exit. It's time based, so it quickly becomes a fucking nightmare. But basically, if you're watching the video supplements, really easy. Tetris, business, put your blocks in.
Oh wow.
And away you go. It's fucking sweet.
That's different.
It's different. It starts off really easy.
It sure does.
And then it turns into an endless nightmare where you get that satisfaction of completing a really hard one and you go next. Oh yeah, of course it's harder. That's the point.
Wait a minute.
I hate how games do that. Another one is Puzzle Palace. This ditches the time limit and gives you just a set of tiles that you have to use. You have to work out to complete the course using the tiles that you're given. This is my favourite mode because it takes away the stress of endlessly killing yourself when the time runs out. And you can really sort of work out. You can skip all the coins and go straight to the exit, but that's too easy. So
what's the point of that?
So that's my favourite one. I've been playing that one the most. Oh my god! Welcome to Nightmareville. Mini Mayhem is a mode where
you
have a time limit. You don't get any additional tiles. You just get to manipulate the track that already exists, like by sliding tiles and.
It's like a Rubik's
tiles.
Cube.
It kind of is, this one. And the other feature is you have at least 2 minis walking around on the map at a time, and it can get. I've seen up to 4, and it's just like, get the fuck, so many. That's cool, but I ain't got time for the stress. And another mode is Giant Jungle. It's a massive course with 10 stars to potentially collect. You don't have to. There's a time limit, and there's scattered bonus time clocks around the place so you can add time as you go. all the while trying to keep the pipe of map pieces from overflowing that drop down Tetris style. If it overflows, you die. If your dude falls off the edge, he dies. If you run out of time, you die. It's a fucking nightmare, is what it is.
It's not a very big Tetris, like, you don't have a very big pipe.
That's it. You only get 5 pieces dropping down there, so you're constantly going, fuck, dropping pieces onto the map.
Yeah.
And there's only so much time before your mini jumps out of the pipe at the beginning.
Oh.
In the puzzle one, my favourite one, they stay there until you drop a piece in front of it. But in all of the other ones, they wait, and then after about 10 or 15 seconds, they go, I'm jumping now, get ready, put something down. And this one is...
sorry to interrupt. I just want to ask before it flies off the screen.
Yep.
Sindri Oak is asking, telling me I should play Dust. Which Dust are you referring to?
Yeah.
I'll find out later.
And we'll find out later. Yeah, so that is that. It's pretty crazy. So they're the 4 options. They're all very different styles, considering it's just dragging and dropping things. Mini games in it, you unlock them by collecting stars, by completing a map, by getting all the coins. You unlock more mini games. They're all okay. I don't think I'll go into them heaps. Target Smash is a fun slingshot game where you smash targets with a slingshot. Fly Guy Grab is you use a slingshot type fishing rod to catch a shy guy and reel him in. And there's like 3 waves of that. Try to get the best score. Cube Crash, use a slingshot to smash blocks in a cube before the time runs out. Elevation Station is my favourite, where you wind up a tower up and down. So on one screen is a little tower rotating thing, and on the top screen your dude goes up and down, and you collect coins that come past while dodging bullet bills and shy guys and stuff. That's really fun. And it's the only one that doesn't use the slingshot feature. It's just all of the games are like throwing stuff onto the top screen. It's like, what? There's collectible figures. You have to amass enough stars in completing levels to unlock the collectible figures. So if you're a bit of a completionist, it feels a little bit like Wind Waker. Like,
so how have you actually found it? Like, what's been your experience playing this game?
I really quite like it. I'll just say one more thing and then I'll get to that summary. You can also create your own levels, which is a thing.
Doesn't look hard.
I fucking tried making a level, like working backwards from the star. Made a really cool big level. Tried to play it, couldn't complete it. It was too hard.
Well then, Brad.
Well, it wasn't hard to make the level. That's what I was referring to.
I'm trying to play it.
What have I done?
Because it gives you random pieces like Tetris. I'm like, oh god, it's all wrong. Anyway, so how did I find it? I think it's a cute game. It's kind of like Sudoku in like its playability. So if you just want like a 10-minute on the train or the bus, or if you've got some time to kill, it's awesome for that. You just go whip out a couple of levels. It's kind of like the Bejeweled, or it's like one of those kind of games.
So how does it feed your OCD?
The collectability.
Yeah.
For me, it's like having those stars, having the list of the levels that you've completed with stars on them, or ticks, or frowny faces, depending on if you've told it to go fuck itself or not. That kind of...
But it is something you can play and then put down.
Yeah.
You're not...
And, you know, it's probably got over 180 levels in it, which get nightmarishly challenging. About 15 mini-games and 12 character unlocks. Plus the community-created levels could be a way to make the game endless if you are one of those, you know, people who can just endlessly flip through Sudokus.
What chance do you reckon there is of having a big community making levels for this game?
Yeah, that is a good point. That was kind of when I made that level, I was kind of like, fuck you, Nintendo, you've made the game, give us levels, because I ain't got time for that. And it's really simple making. You just sort of drag and drop the level, the tile pieces there. It's really easy to make them, but you know, they all kind of look very similar. So, I would be less inclined to think a level is possible if a community member did it. Like,
based on your experience.
Knowing that Nintendo have done it and made a shitload of levels, I'm going to play them because I know there is a way to complete them. These are the facts. Although
you hope the last
level 26 on fucking that puzzle palace, I'm not sure has a way to beat it. But all the ones after it do. That one's fuck. Yeah, so I don't know whether there's some kind of... But there is a rating system that people can give it, so you can play the top 10 or the weekly things. I don't know whether people will be really into it. Basically, I think this game is perfect for those addicts of Bejeweled type Sudoku shit. The use of 3D is really nice. It's clean. The wind-up characters seem even more charming, like in the 3D screen. So you finish your puzzle and then you watch your dude walk around, and it's nice seeing it in 3D. Like, I have it on half 3D so it doesn't burn my my retinas.
I didn't even notice.
And it just, maybe it was off, I don't know. But I liked it. And it slowly adds new ability tiles and some tricks in the game that, you know, every couple of levels you're going, oh, something new to fucking worry about, spikes or something that throws you, or so it keeps it fresh as it goes. Basically, if there's any more questions, no. It's highly polished. It's got nice tunes, like little.
Is it actually a Nintendo game, or is it a third party?
I think it's
first party.
I think it's first party. It's fun and challenging, and the challenge ramps nicely. And for, you know, just a little over $10, it feels like, and you know, you could go out and spend $50 on that in store, and you would get the same thing. Like, there's that much inside it. If you were a puzzle game fan,
is it on the App Store or the?
It's on the eShop.
App Store.
The App Store, yeah, it's the same thing. It's exclusive to that, but you know, I would happily go and grab that if I was really into puzzle games. I'd happily go and grab that for $50 and have it on a thing, because it's the same as, you know, you can go buy Bejeweled for that much. You can go and buy
no.
You can. Not everybody would, obviously. You can go and buy like Sudoku games and shit for consoles, and they cost that much. So if you are a puzzle dude, $10 is a steal for how much is in this motherfucker.
For $10, yeah, that's right.
And I give it 4 stars.
4 stars
for what it is. I'm not a huge puzzle person, but for what it is, I reckon it's fucking good.
You got your $10 worth.
I did. I think it's
nice.
I think it's very good. So that's Minis on the goddamn move. Good times.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm totally done now. Spent.
Alright. Now I felt the pressing need to break our one game rule on this one, just because as I was playing the second game I'm going to talk about, which is Deadly Premonition, I realised that both these games share a similar feel, because it feels like they've taken very strongly from 2 different directors.
Uh-huh.
And I got that feeling. So basically, what I'm going to talk about is firstly BioShock Infinite, which without I'm going to do this without any story spoilers. So
Hooray!
Hopefully, fingers crossed. But with that being said, this really feels like
I watched a video on YouTube. Tim Feddy did like a Keeping Up with the Kardashians version of BioShock. It's actually quite
I
good,
saw that. I saw that too. Yeah.
I almost just spoiled
a
whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't even played the game. I was like,
oops.
But anyway, yeah, it really feels like a Christopher Nolan movie.
Oh wow!
Like that's what, for good or bad, that's what this feels like. But anyway, down to the nitty gritty. So of course it looks gorgeous. It like the visuals and the sound design, I really can't fault it. It's wonderful. Where it falls down a little bit is the gunplay. It's a bit heavy. There's a bit much.
Oh really?
It's a bit much, and it's not for me. But obviously, this is my opinion. It's not varied enough.
Yeah.
It really feels like just waves of guys.
I ran
the sky rail thing does a little bit to alleviate that, but still not enough.
I found that with spectrums apart. Lego City Undercover.
Mate, what the hell?
Just like the fighting in that was fun, but then it seemed a bit copy and pasty
It
to
bogs
lengthen
down. Yeah.
to lengthen the game.
That's that actually, laughs aside, that's exactly how it feels. The vigors you get, which are the special powers, not bad. They're not bad. There's nothing super different about it from Bioshock 1. The birds is nice.
Birds!
You shoot birds! But the good thing is, if you upgrade your birds, because you can
Now
upgrade.
that's something we've never seen.
Angry birds.
You upgrade your birds, and if they kill someone, it creates a nest trap.
Okay.
So if another enemy steps into that, they get birded. They get attacked by the birds. Birdceptions. Now, anyone who's on the Facebook page will see that as soon as I finish this game, I had to make a quick comment about how mind-blowing the end was. And it is. But then I went back and tried playing through it again.
That quickly?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like, It's like this is what made me think of a Christopher Nolan movie. It's like, it's very clever.
But is it? Did you go back and play it again because of the ending, or because
yes.
Okay, so not because it's like that was so good, let's do again.
It's
Teletubbies.
It's the old Memento trick.
Ah, right.
You know, you watch Memento and you watch it again, and you go,
yeah, okay.
But it's not as good,
right? So it's
because you can see where they've maybe it's not quite so tight.
Yeah.
But I love the music in this game. I love it. Old-timey 80s hits.
Oh, wow.
It was so good.
How weird is that?
So
I did
cool.
not expect that sentence to come out of your mouth.
I can think of two off the top of my head. One issue, I walked into one area and there was a lounge version of Tainted Love.
Oh,
that's sweet.
That was awesome. And in the credits, there's a honky-tonk version of that Tears for Fears song that everyone wants to rule the world.
I am sold. That's amazing.
The thing that is, like, despite the flaws, because the biggest storytelling flaws I can see in this game is info dumps.
Yep.
Fight.
Plot dump.
I'm a bit sick of this fighting. Plot dump.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a bit sick of waiting.
I want because I smashed through it in 2 sittings. Because the story was really intriguing and I wanted to get to these plot bits.
Yeah.
But I had to slog so hard through these combat areas.
Oh, it's like Final Fantasy 13.
It's not that bad.
No. Nothing is.
Nothing is.
These are the facts.
But anyway, then moving on to the second game I played, which is the director's cut of Deadly Premonition.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Infinite is a Christopher Nolan film, Deadly Premonition is a David Lynch film.
Uh-oh.
It makes no sense, and it is wonderful.
Oh, God.
Don't get me wrong. Everything gameplay-wise, and voice acting, and the music, and the graphics is fucked. It's all broken. It's so awful to play, but I enjoyed it so much.
What? So awful it works.
I'm so confused.
So bad it's good, like Soda Drinker Pro.
Wait.
No, Soda Drinker Pro is great. Have you tried that extra game? You didn't download it, or
No, what?
that game I
I probably went to sleep after the last podcast. I'll get on that.
Yeah, get on. But anyway, so everything, like I've had everything is broken, but I've scratched out broken and written unpolished because that's the truth. The graphics look like PlayStation 2 graphics.
Wow.
Like it's like a PlayStation 2 game upgraded to HD.
Shit.
The sound mixing, like I don't usually get into the sound mixing side of things, but Nick was watching me play some of it. I go, mate, is this sound mix just fucked? And he goes, yes. the sound effects and the voices are mapped to how far the camera is from something.
Oh god.
So, when you fire your gun,
It gets louder.
no, if the target is far away, it's quiet. If you shoot something up close,
Wait, what?
the gunshot is really loud.
Oh my
because
god.
the gunshot sound is triggered on the impact.
That's funny.
It's so bad.
Mate, we run out of money to develop this
It's
game.
so
Let's just go
bad.
with what we got, eh?
Oh, the car noise. The car's the worst. It's got two noises.
Oh my god, it's Boogie Boy from Commodore 64.
Oh wow! Oh, the voice acting is strange.
Strange.
It's not. It's really bad, but it's really enjoyable. Like somehow it fits these characters.
Okay.
But the reason I loved it, the reason I kept playing it, even though it was like the gameplay experience is just god awful, is the story is so wonderfully bizarre in that David Lynch way. You don't understand it, but you wanted to see more.
Wow.
Oh dear.
And in a way, I actually enjoyed that story, and by that the experience almost more than I enjoyed BioShock Infinite.
Jeez.
Just because, and this is why I wanted to talk about these games together, because it all comes down to how you want to tell a story in a game. Like BioShock Infinite, Slog, and Infodump. Deadly Premonition, not a good game to play, but it gave me the steady feed of story that just kept me hooked. It's like, well, I guess I can put up with this next combat section, even though it's going to be shit. It just, I don't know, it worked in such a weird B movie.
Well, you're quite into like the
B grade.
B horrors and that kind of thing.
That is true. And this game rips off Twin. Have you ever seen Twin Peaks? It rips off Twin Peaks so hard.
That's
it's
awesome.
It's so good.
Did you say that they weren't directed by the same person?
No.
No.
No,
Clearly not.
Deadly Premonition's a Japanese game by Swery.
Okay.
It's his name.
He can enjoy that name for the rest of his life.
Pretty sure he does.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everything you do, everything you do is interesting. Like the side missions are so quirky. Like all the characters are so well put together and strange that you really want to know more about them. And the thing is, anyone in the town could have been the murderer. So that's like, are you weird just because you're weird? Are you weird because you got something?
You're shifty?
Yeah, you're shifty.
Oh, that's interesting.
Driving's a dick, though. I hate the driving. The driving's the fucking worst. Oh, and the map. The map can eat my ass.
Basically, the game as a game
it's zoomed
is
in.
god awful.
Oh, yeah.
The story, you want it to be a miniseries.
Yeah.
Wants it to be a B grade movie.
Yeah. Boss fights are alright, though.
Oh,
I have to say,
peculiar.
Boss fights work pretty well. The map is so zoomed in. Like, so as default. It's pointless. And you can zoom in more, and I don't know why. I don't know why.
Just in case you need to.
It makes getting around very difficult.
That's awesome.
But that's why I wanted to talk about those two games together, because
what would you score each of them?
BioShock Infinite would be a 3.5. It would be a 4 or 4.5, but just because of the way they've done the info dump thing, it really. But it's a task. It's a 3.5 with a must play seal of approval. Deadly Premonition. I'm going to give it a. I think a 3.
Just because it's so bad, but good.
It's an experience. It's certainly a unique experience that it's not going to be for everyone. I can safely say Bioshock Infinite, there's a good chance that most people are going to enjoy it. Deadly Premonition is very, very niche.
It's polarized some viewers.
It's polarized up. So I can't give it the must play, but it gets a solid 3.
But not a must play.
But not a must play. No must plays.
No must plays. Sweet as.
Should play, no must play.
If you think you can handle it, give it a crack.
If you like B grade horror, get on. Or B grade, get on it.
If you like David Lynch films,
get on that too.
Yeah.
Fuck that bullshit.
I picked up a Razorhead.
Lesbians.
I picked up a Razorhead. I was like, why have I done this?
Well, I think we should have a small break so I can get a liquid.
Mate,
before we
have a break after the next one, don't we?
Usually.
I want to have it now because we've been going an hour. I'm thirsty as all hell.
We should have thought about that, shouldn't we?
I did. And that's why we're having it. We'll be back in, like, less than 10.
Yay!
8-Bits Podcast will be right back. For show notes and video supplements of everything we discuss on the show, head to 8bitspodcast.com. And the discussion doesn't end with just our opinions. Have a say at facebook.com/8bitspodcast and we could feature you in the SANDBAG segment in a future episode. This show isn't possible without people like this week's magnificent sponsors. To sponsor a show, head to 8bitspodcast.com and we will forever love you all over the face and hands. And sponsoring isn't the only way you can help the 8-Bits fellas out. Head to the podcast on iTunes and rate us some stars and review the show. Every little helps. 8-Bits Podcast is recorded live on the internets, and if you want to be there when it all goes down, jump on the Facebook page or show notes of this episode for our Twitter details. We've got a podcast to do. But they did like where they got the idea from is like an English version of the show. That's so funny. I can't remember what the point was, but anyway, we're doing a podcast. It's amazing. Welcome back to the 8-Bits Podcast. I'm Maz. This is Bruce and BRADIDAS.
Hello.
Hello.
There is still time to get your thoughts on the X-Bone with your hashtag 8bits live on Twitter. This is for people who are watching it live, not for people who are listening to it on iTunes.
I mean, you could hashtag, but
well, we just will never see them. That thing. Or what else? What else is there? We're on the internets, 8bitspodcast.com for all your business needs, and facebook.com/8bitspodcast
for all your business needs, as long as they're very specific needs.
All of, yeah.
Or you accept whatever outcome we decide is relevant.
Here's the maximum hype.
Yeah. You forgot what I was doing.
Welcome to it.
Here we go.
So we're going to start off with our little quick fire hypes about future releases and that sort of thing.
Shall I go first?
Sure.
Right. I'm hyped for Guilty Gear. I don't know how to pronounce it. The new Guilty Gear. Exod sign. It looks beautiful. Animation, gorgeous. Look at the trailer. It's great. The Evil Within, which is the new Shinji Mikami game that Bethesda is releasing.
That's going to be shiny.
I want it now. Remember Me, the new Capcom IP, comes out next month, I think.
Is it a biographical game?
No, it's a cyberpunk Neo France memory.
I don't think I like any of that idea.
Any form
you go
of
in
France.
and you remix people's memories.
Okay.
French people's memories?
Kill themselves or something.
Total Recall.
I suppose so.
The game.
The new Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein New Order.
Oh.
Another Bethesda game.
More Nazis?
Robot Nazis.
Oh, from the moon?
Why not?
That movie was delightfully awful, by the way, that moon Nazi.
Space. Iron Skies.
Iron Sky. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
What do I do my full hype now, or
nah? Let's do all like quickies.
Cool.
All right, so for me, Elder Scrolls Online. It looks so shiny. Battlefield 4, Pokemon X and Y,
I agree.
And Rome Total War 2.
Ooh.
Have you seen the collector's edition with the fucking trebuchet?
Yes.
For me, it's Link to the Past 2, which has been announced for 3DS. I'm a bit sad it's not a Wii U title, though.
Yeah.
GTA 5, obviously, that was on your list. I deleted it from yours, put it on mine. Rayman Legends. I'm just playing the challenge app and just getting even more excited. I played it off TV last night, which, by the way, I never thought I would find that feature useful. But watching a renovation show, eating pie, sitting in front of the fire, and playing Rayman on the gamepad, my God, if I had another hand free, I'd be having a spank at the same time. Because
That's why you need Xbox Fleshlight Edition.
I was sitting there going, I get it now. This is what it's about. Reno shows and gamepad Rayman. Anyway, so that was exciting. New Super Waluigi U DLC is now, they're also, for $10 extra, you can actually get it as a standalone disc. I'm going to do that because I like stuff on my shelf.
That new character looks terrible.
Oh, Nabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't die.
Yeah, I think it's I think the idea is they're making the game harder, and then they have to put something for people who are noobs. And I'll never play as him, but, you know, some people will, and they didn't really finish the game, did they? Disney Infinity, basically it's
Skylanders with Disney.
Skylanders, Disney, and you know what? I think I could be into that. I'm not 100% sold yet. I want to play the game to see if it plays like shit or not. But like it's got the playset mode, so you play through each character's missions and stuff, and then toy box mode, which looks a little bit Little Big Planet. I am excited, but we'll see. And then obviously E3 Directs from Nintendo, which they're going to talk about Mario Kart, the next 3D Mario for the console.
I mean, it's safe to say we're all hyped for E3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my maximum. There's my quick fires.
So my maximum hype for at the moment is for the Bureau XCOM. Was it XCOM
Declassified?
Whoa.
Yeah. This is what I mean. I'm super stoked for this because this is what I hope games what happens to games. We've got XCOM.
Yeah.
We've got our tactical game.
Yeah.
The one we wanted.
Yes. After the one we didn't want, which is
actually what this was.
Right.
Like, this used to be a first-person game, but now it's a third-person tactical shooter.
Did that never get released?
Yeah, it never got released.
Oh.
No. It became this.
Because they went, it's going to be first person. Everyone went, go away.
But yeah, and fair enough. But the thing is, we have our XCOM that we wanted.
We do.
And that proved to be quite successful. If they make a sequel, it might happen.
So now,
but instead of doing a sequel straight away, they've done a new game that's a little bit different, which I think that's amazing. That's something you'd never see. I mean, look at all the CODs. They're the same thing. This is what I prefer. It's exploring a different part of the story, and it's in a different way. It's a different way.
Kind of like Final Fantasy VII, whatever they called it, the big pack where like they had Final Fantasy VII, they had Crisis Core, which was different. It was like a third person Kingdom Hearts style thing.
Oh, yeah.
Then they had Dirge of Cerberus, which was
it was almost like Devil May Cry, wasn't it?
And then they had the mobile ones before Crisis, which was like a little RPG kind of thing. I like the idea of introducing people who may like XCOM as a franchise to new game types. That's good. And it is a tactical third-person shooter, so it's still got quite a tight tactical element. It certainly looks like they've taken all of the shit of that original XCOM that they were going to release, that first-person aliens are in my mind thing, and from the very little that I've seen, I thought it was just maybe cinematics of like
a new
No, thing. You have to like it.
But then that bit at the end where he's running third person.
Apparently, people who've played it say it's quite similar to Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2, where you can order people around.
Yeah.
Except it looks like that's more. You have to. It's more focused on that. You can't really leave people just to do their own thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very exciting. What's it going to be released on?
Everything.
Except Wii U and Mac, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
We can only hope. Exactly. You don't have a hype this week, Brucey.
Nah, and I don't think I will have one until after E3. There's nothing for me that there's stuff I'm excited about, but nothing that is making me go, oh my god, oh my dick's so hard.
Yeah, I think E3 might be.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be.
Convention season's coming up, so look out on Facebook for my excitement for E3. Then in August it's Gen Con.
Yeah.
So you've given me a forum for my thoughts, so enjoy.
And it's that time of year where you get a bit of a lull until the conventions kick in.
Well, all of the consoles have been announced as well.
They're also all shit.
Here you go. These are our shit consoles for the next gen. Deal with it online, and
deal with it online.
E3 is just going to be hopefully all about the games. No doubt, Xbox will have another 40-minute rant about how they want gamers to watch more TV.
How they love their fantasy football leagues.
Fucking hell!
I don't get it. But
Xbox. Anyway. I'm maximum hyped about Card Hunter.
What?
It's a free-to-play card collecting board game.
Are you playing MMOs now?
I'll play some video. It doesn't tell you much, but basically you search dungeons to find treasure.
Is that Hero Quest?
It looks like Hero Quest.
I think it might be. And equip your loot to build your decks, card decks. You move your characters around with the decks on the board and attack monsters using your decks. It's about skill at deck building and playing your cards, and there is no paying for endless new card sets, like you do in real life.
Yet.
You win more cards by playing, not paying, is their thing. The developers have worked on games that include BioShock, System Shock 2, and Magic the Gathering. And while it is free to play, it's not pay to win. There will be optional purchases of in-game items and things to enhance your game, but they're working really hard to make sure that that doesn't become pay to win. It's primarily a single-player game, which I'm a bit sad about.
But that's really not what that looked like.
Yeah, there will be a competitive multiplayer option, and in the meantime, they're working hard on adding a co-op mode as well, which is what I'm more excited about.
That game screams for a co-op mode.
Absolutely.
I'm surprised that even if they're releasing it online, I'm surprised they even went with a single player mode and we didn't go straight to a co-op mode. That's a bit dumb.
It's a bit weird, eh?
It might just be like getting the first shit together, and then they're going to get that out there single player. But it's browser based as well, which means anyone can play it. Although they hope to provide a client version and iOS and Android versions for phones and tablets in the future, which will be kind of cool. I think it looks very cool, and when the multiplayer is implemented, it could be awesome to play like over Skype or something in your web browser. But I guess it still doesn't beat eating a packet of cheese rings and drinking soft drink around the table with your chums. But it's good when you live far away. I think it's in such early stages at the moment. Basically, all you have is what they're showing you.
I do like that art, how it looks like a board game.
Yeah,
that's quite neat.
That clip though is very deceptive, as you said. It does give off the impression that hey, this is a multi co-op.
I think that's their end game is the kind of game that they want to create, and I'm excited that it could be quite fun. I'm not really a card collecty gamey thing, but I wouldn't mind playing it on there. I think.
Well, if it's totally free and
totally free.
See how they go.
No information on that at the moment. It's
keep something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll keep an eyeball on that and stuff. So that's what I'm excited about.
Nice.
Good work, mate.
Do we have? We do have Dice Master action today.
Yes,
we do.
We sure do. Let's do it.
Oh,
it's that good one with the dice and the Kirby
thing. All right. So first thing I want to do is give a quick shout out to
so hard
to Justice Comics. They're in the Adelaide Underpass arcade, whatever that That's actually cool. The station underpass, station arcade. Is that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I popped. They've been open for a while now. They do magic and comics and role playing stuff. Popped in there for the first time because it's been ages since I've been in the city, and I picked up the advanced D&D first edition premium reprint.
It's a pretty
Oh, look at the shine!
Oh, look at it
Look
glimmer.
at the shine!
Ooh, shinies.
Yeah, it's a leatherette cover with gold pages. Ooh, that's...
Gold-edged pages.
Spud just got a massive stiffy he needs to deal with, I think.
But yeah, and it supports the Gygax Memorial Fund, so charity action as well. That's just something I wanted to show off. What I'm actually going to talk about in this episode of the Das Master is I want to talk a bit about some of the smaller companies or indie RPG developers that I think make good stuff. And the first one I want to talk about is a company called John Wick Presents, which is pretty much just John Wick. He was originally worked on the first editions of Legend of the Five Rings samurai game and the Seventh Seas game. You know all those drama dice and stuff like that from Seventh Seas.
Yeah.
That's him.
Okay.
That was his work. And he's got a company that he's working on by himself now, and you can find them on DriveThruRPG, standard plug for them. All these games are $5.
Wow.
Some of them are like less than 20 pages. Some of them are a couple of 100 pages, but everything's $5.
Shit.
So I'm just going to talk about some of the games that I've picked up. So first of all, I've got Blood and Honor, which is his new samurai drama game. Basically, it's what he wanted Legend of the Five Rings to be. If you are hit by a katana, you die.
Makes sense.
And it's all about those traditional samurai tragedy. Like, your game is not going to end well because it's about tragedy. But another thing about all these games is they're very player interaction focused. All the mechanics are made that the players are interacting, and the players also have a drive in the story. I mean, the game master has their usual thing to do, but the players have a lot more control over what's going on, and you'll find that is a big thing in all these games. I've got Blood and Honor. I've got the game. He's got a game called Cat, where you play as cats. And
you couldn't call it Cats because of
cats.
Because of cats. The premise is supernatural beings exist. Like, there are boogeymen in the closet. There are monsters under the bed, and cats are the protectors of the family.
Okay.
And you play as a group of cats fighting horrible monsters.
As long as you have to roll to save versus having cat orgies.
No, but you do have cat magic.
Wow.
Okay. That's what they call it.
Yeah. Houses of the Blooded is a really interesting game. If you were only going to fork out $5 and buy one game, I'd recommend Houses of the Blooded. Think vampire. Think all the social aspects of vampire, and make a game of that. Just that. That's what this game is. It's about a pre-Babylonian Sumerian people called the Ven, who I think they may have actually existed. They've been archaeological proof of looking into things. But basically, the thing they love is opera, and the whole they strive for their lives to be like an opera.
Okay.
And that's what the game is. You scheme and you have affairs, maybe with other player characters' wives, and try and get revenge and all that sort of all the good stuff, all the good stuff that you
All the
want,
shinies.
all the good stuff you want in a character interaction game. Play Dirty is his book of DM's advice. I've read this, and it is the most bastardly advice you'll ever find.
Just read it going,
It's so good.
no, because no one will ever play with me again.
Oh, it's so good. I think I've liked a few of his videos on YouTube. You'll find him under Lord Strange on YouTube. It's rough. He does not play nice, but it's a good book, and it's got some. Apart from all the roughness, which you might need to use sometimes, there's some good advice in there. The Aegis Project is his a mecha drama, like Robotech kind of thing. The interesting thing about this game is there's 3 eras of play, and you can carry your character across these 3 eras, so 3 campaigns. The first one being an invasion by aliens. The second one being a civil war between I think it's like the unions and the government. And the third one is your mechas have AI, and some of them have decided that you don't need to exist anymore.
Excellent.
Oh dear.
That old
So
chestnut.
that could be a really interesting game.
Yeah.
The Shotgun Diaries is a zombie game, which takes all the good parts of zombie stories, which is the people, and makes a game of that. So basically, the zombies are this ever encroaching force. Like, I think you might even build up zombie counters, and when it reaches a certain point, you have to make a decision about what's going to happen.
Right.
But it's all about infighting and, chuck him out. He's no good.
Yeah.
And the last thing I've got, there are several more games in his section of drive-through, but I haven't found the time to get them yet. The last one I'm going to talk about is Wicked Fantasy, which is his reimagining. This is for the Pathfinder RPG, which is basically D&D 3.75 by Paizo Publishing. It's his reimagining of the core races. I've got the human book to start with, and he does away with clerics and paladins. He says humans don't worship gods. Instead, they've got philosophers and palatines. And philosophers are basically clerics, but they follow ideas. Basically, be like playing Socrates, or any of those old Greek dudes.
Yeah.
And palatines are law enforcement. They are the epitome of the law.
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd. You could certainly Judge Dredd it up.
The new Dredd movie is actually quite good.
I've got it as well. It's great.
Yeah.
But who was it? What's his name again?
I don't know. He doesn't even take off his helmet.
He's in Star
anyone.
Trek. He's in Star Trek. He plays
Batman.
He plays McCoy.
Oh.
Shit. Someone will tell us.
Get on it. Tell us what it is in the sandbag.
But yeah, I just really like his work. There's always something interesting. I like the way he writes.
You like the fact that he's a big cunt.
I do like the fact that he's a big cunt.
Everybody likes a big cunt.
But he's the best kind.
Except for me.
I'm going to take that soundbite all the time. When you talk about anything, I'm sorry, Maz, didn't you say you liked a big cunt?
But yeah, no, $5. I'd recommend buying one of his games. Check him out.
$5
It's
is a
$5.
steal at any rate. Just go find, sort by a number of pages and buy the top one. Holy shit. That's crazy value.
You don't want to buy the supplements. You want to buy the core games.
Yeah, I bought myself a supplement. What do I do with this?
No. Houses of the Blooded or Blood and Honor would be my... Or actually, or the Aegis Project would be my
the
three.
zombie one sounds fucking sweet.
The zombie one is good, but it's a small one of the smaller ones.
Okay.
Which it might be your thing, so check it out.
Yeah.
And obviously...
do your research. Don't just listen to us.
They're in the show notes, so if you forget what one he's talking about later on, get on the show notes. Get it from there.
Yeah. quick note on the Skype RPG game. I've created all the characters, so I will send them out tonight.
Yeah, and that game is we're running the first test on that on Saturday.
Saturday night, yeah, that's right.
So we'll see how that goes. It's time for the most horrible segment we have.
Oh no!
I hate it so much. I totally forgot.
It's time for the taint.
I hate it so much. I forgot to.
You hate it so much it's not even prepped.
It's
mate.
not even prepped.
It's all gone bad.
It's de-prepped.
Even the segment is taint.
That's how bad it's gotten. We don't just hate the game, we hate the whole segment.
Segment. Can somebody think of another segment for us?
Actually, while we're waiting for that to prep, I would be really interested in any questions people have regarding Dice Master stuff. Pop up on the Facebook. If it's quick, I'll try and answer it there. If I think it might make an interesting segment, I'll do a segment on it.
Good types.
Sounds good.
I haven't prepped this properly, but you'll
roll
deal
the
with
taint.
It's game taint. Ignore the people who it looks like Bruce has turned into Spud. And
I can tell you what I haven't.
We played Buffy Chaos Bleeds as the first ever episode of Game Taint.
That's right. We didn't talk about on the thing, did we?
A long time ago. So that's what we're talking about because we haven't played anything since. So we'll go through the ones we haven't talked about.
We didn't talk about it. So yeah, good times. Fucking
Chaos Bleeds on the GameCube. Wow,
it's worse than Deadly Premonition.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
That's good. This game was. Do you want to talk about it?
Not really. It's just fucking terrible.
No, nobody does.
Game 10 is done. Nobody wants to talk about it.
Well, we'll let somebody.
The magic box.
Oh, we'll get to that later. Vlash on the YouTube said around the time he originally bought this game for the PS2. To me, it was a game so bad I had to play it to the end.
Oh dear! You poor bugger.
But I could never get used to the crappy combat, which is fucking dreadful. I remember that much. So he kept on playing the first couple of missions over and over until he decided it should just be a game hidden out of sight to the public, never to be seen again. And he lost the disc.
Good.
In the end.
That's where it needs to be.
Now, you start off as Buffy, obviously, that's kind of the point. The combat is a bit...
Well, I didn't play it, so...
peculiar from my memory.
Oh, God.
It looks really awkward. Was it awkward?
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. You also got to turn playing as every single other Buffy character. Like, you finish one thing, get Buffy to the library, and then all of a sudden you're Willow trying not to eat out ladies. And,
I failed that mission.
Oops.
All that kind of thing. And it's just like, oh God, how many... You even get to play as Xander. Who the fuck wants to play as Xander? If anybody remembers
I don't know.
what that is.
Maybe Spud.
One thing we did notice about the models of the characters are okay. GameCube. They're better than Die Hard Vendetta, that is for sure. And we're going to get to that next
I was going to say, in terms of models, yeah, it's horrible, but...
The models are fine. They're a bit floaty, but that might be because of the textures of the actual areas that you're in. Everything seems so spacious.
It does. Everything looks huge.
Yeah, everything's quite... It's like you're in this strange Willy Wonka kind of thing. And the doors. The doors were...
Look what's happening on the screen. The door was huge.
What is with GameCube games and the doors being so big?
It's probably because you don't clip into the door.
You know what? It probably is. It's not like it was Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1 where like you steered like a complete horse. You had a fucking
good old
analog
good old tank controls.
Oh my god. What else happened? The combat. Here's a bit of combat if you watch the video.
Spud, tell us how fucking terrible this game is.
Spud, you were there. It was the other room here. Screw this game, he says. It was. Here's another big door.
And what was the thing we were trying to find?
That thing that was on screen there, that chest right there, right next to her on screen. That's what we had to find.
Really?
We could not find that.
It was
Shit.
It's right there. Trying to open this door, jumping all over the place. Oh my god. Vampires came out of nowhere. Yeah, it was...
Spud said it handled like a drunk horse in a brothel looking for salt licks.
Well, that really sums it up, honestly.
It actually does, sadly.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't like it.
It had voice acting in it
It
as
did.
well.
Yes, it did.
But, man, they must have been contractually obliged to go and record this shit on a Sunday morning or something, because they don't...
We're laughing at Willow spinning around for all the people just listening.
Because, yeah, Willow had witch powers.
They weren't great.
They were.
Well, she hadn't eaten out enough ladies, obviously, to build her mana.
In her butt.
What's how she gets mana?
Look at her legs. What's going on? Her head's so small. And her jeans are so flared.
Them some 70s
But we
jeans.
couldn't figure out how to pick that thing up, so we just left it. I can't even go up ladders. Yeah, it did.
It was terrible.
It really did.
It was terrible.
Oh my god. Spud says, I swear this was made by one man
In a hole
next to a horse.
Spud's really...
I think the
Spud's
horse
really
did most of
smashing
the
that
programming, to be
into the
honest.
ground, isn't he?
Yeah, I can't picture that.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to pick things up. There we go. Oh, it's
fine.
fine. It's great.
That's probably all I can handle. I don't want to get to the other characters.
That was awful.
That's painful.
That was awful.
It was a Doom horse. Let's start rating these games for no good reason. On a scale of...
Dick out of 10.
Negative 4 pixels.
I'm going to give it 8.
Yeah, no,
8
that's
dicks.
not even Boost can make this better, Spud says. And yes,
And we were
it couldn't.
drinking.
It didn't at
It was
all.
good. So thanks for watching that. That was good. Thanks, Vlash. Last episode 5 of 8-Bits,
Oh god.
we game tainted
I have
Load Runner 3D.
You know what? At least Chaos Bleeds was better than fucking Load Runner 3D.
It's true.
I don't think we can rate things. I think it's just a sliding.
It's just, was it better than the last thing?
Yeah.
Or was it better than Glover?
God, that game sucks.
Load Runner 3D. Just in reference to that, Rob Tibbets on YouTube's said, this game looks horrible. It's incredible how many crappy games were on the N64. I swear for every good game there's like 30 bad ones, and you're not wrong.
Anyway, I think Rob was the guy who bag-mouthed Rakuga Kids. But I
think he
you know,
is.
I can't fault him on this one.
No.
There's like Load Runner 3D is part of the shit.
He goes on to say the graphics look bad for a Nintendo 64 game.
They sure did.
Which is yeah. Then he goes on to say in brackets, which is saying something because most of the games on the system look like arse. And I challenge that. Did you play PlayStation 1 or 2? Because I would take blurry textures.
Well, no, you know what?
over
It'd be
breathing
PlayStation 1 because PlayStation 2 and GameCube I say would be the.
Oh, that's true. So suck a dick, Rob.
You wish. You wish.
Oh, no, this is the point. This is the point. Say stuff on Facebook and say stuff on YouTube, and we'll read it out to get your opinions across as well. Doesn't mean we have to agree with it, because clearly you don't agree with us. And the gameplay, well, I can't exactly tell what the hell is happening, so I guess it's a bad thing, which is true of Load Runner. And you know what? I think this makes games like Glover look better in comparison.
Glover is terrible. Glover is a bad Banjo-Kazooie rip-off.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
I love how we always come back to Glover.
Always.
Well, it's
It's the same guy, isn't it? All the time.
The Game Grumps are actually doing Glover at the moment, a playthrough.
Oh,
And I went back to our video and I saw the guy who loved Glover, and I went, oh, and I scrolled through their comments looking for him.
Was he there? Just
No, I didn't see him.
That's
Unless he's right, I didn't go all the way through because I couldn't be bothered. But unless he was right at the front,
Yeah, he would have been the first.
Not
this shit. he searches.
Maybe they
Let's Plays every day.
Maybe they deleted it.
Maybe. But I can't remember his name. I wish I did, but I admire his passion for terrible games.
Yes, it's good. Rob also asks, why do you own so many shitty games? And
Why do you own so many shitty
OCDs?
I went to every single cash converters in Australia, almost, and bought out all their N64 games and SNES games because I wanted them, except for all of the sport Madden games. Like, how many Madden games do you need on one system?
47.
Mate,
Yeah, apparently.
they started on the NES and they're still going.
They are not stopping. One every year seems to be like, we just need a new one every year. Why?
They do.
Because it's a new season every year. Different players.
Different players. Well,
Mate, deal with it. It's kind of
It is a
like
thing.
they need new Pokemon when they develop new Pokemon.
okay.
I don't know if this is 100% true, but I hear the new one's going to be Madden 25 because it's the 25th anniversary. How's that going to work in a few years?
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to release Madden 25. Mate, we did that
Then
like 20 years ago.
2000 and...
Yeah, again, because they stopped doing that.
Oh,
How's that?
It's just Madden 25 2.
It's like the Xbox One.
God.
Expo.
The Expo. Let's go over to the Beta King. I think this might have been pointless.
I've got some demos I can talk about.
What might have been pointless?
We're in the Beta King. Welcome to it.
Mate, your show notes are out of date once again.
Oh, did you update yours this morning?
Mate, did I?
Fucking can't. That's what happened.
So look, Beta King at the moment. So I'm waiting for some keys to come through. So I don't actually have a game this week, but I did post on Facebook a question about
You did.
where do people think we're going in terms of the last few MMOs being released in open betas.
Was the idea whether that's a good thing?
Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What are people's thoughts on that? So, and how is that going to affect us moving forward? Now, a few people made some comments that weren't necessarily on topic, but
I really love Stormbreaker, bro.
That's always on topic. That is the universal topic.
But
You guys talk about Glover tomorrow.
but that's how we roll. So
How many bonus sodas did you get?
So this has turned into more of a discussion than anything this week. So one of the questions out there was, what about the longevity of games these days?
Answering a question with a
So
question.
yeah,
Nice work,
exactly.
Let me answer that for you. What about Glover sequel? Who wants to see a Glover sequel?
And are they as engrossing as they once were? So are we? They're releasing all these games in open beta. People are getting to the end of them before they're even released officially.
Yeah, I mean, how quick did it take people to level out in Neverwinter?
I know people that were max level in 2 days.
Shit.
People
have
jobs.
And then, where do you go from there? So you max level in open beta, then what do you do?
Release and you go, I'm not buying that.
Exactly.
I had my experience for free.
Yeah.
And, where do you go from there? You just end up then just, farming shit.
I've seen that, and I immediately went, did Shaggy play in your head?
Oh, Jesus.
Mr. Glover.
Oh, okay.
And, the next one was, what do you think's going to happen with having so many more open beta released games? Is it just the developer saying there's still bugs, so you can't get mad? Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of that. I mean,
just a way to not have them polished.
We know there's
and get them out there.
Aren't working.
Is it okay? Well, we haven't finished our game. Maybe we've run out of money, so let's just put an open beta out there and get some money to polish our game.
Maybe.
Because obviously, they release these open betas, then they chuck microtransactions in there. Something breaks, the instant response is, and I don't blame them, because this would be my response too. It's open beta. Deal with it. That's what beta is for, is to iron out bugs.
Exactly.
But when can someone legitimately complain?
Oh yeah, and that's another point. Is even if it is a fully fledged release game, you can still complain all you want, and they're just going to go, well, that's the way the game is. And the next bit was, at what point can you say a beta is a fully fledged launched game. I mean, understandably, core mechanics must work for the purpose of the game to be playable. Although some games being released even without these functions as full games anyway, and then they just patch the shit out of it. Welcome to EA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, to be fair, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
I think beta. I think they probably need to pull back on the whole beta thing, especially in the MMOs. If you're saying people are completing the game in beta, I actually
think MMOs is the one area that is. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
because then you do get to use stress test the servers, you stress test the content, the quests.
But should there be
But maybe they need to be looking at locking it down rather than releasing the whole game and going, here we go. Or maybe in the case of Neverwinter, they have a whole bunch of DLC that they've got in the back end. Well, I would hope so too. Otherwise, you can play the game for free to play for 2 days and be done with it.
When you were playing the Neverwinter beta, they level capped you, didn't they?
So in the closed betas, initially it wasn't necessarily level capped, but it was only open for 2 or 3 days. So to get much further than to get to level 60 in that period of time, you have to be locked in a cupboard somewhere in China.
Yeah.
But they had still locked the content, so there was only X amount of content you could do.
And it was free, wasn't it?
And it was free.
Yeah.
You had to sign up for it, but
yeah, you had to sign up for it. And the other thing is them introducing microtransactions into betas. So we're going to release this open beta. Now we're going to put an auction house in, and we're going to introduce a currency that you can spend real money to get that currency in game and unlock these items. I don't think that should be. I don't think that's right. I think if you're running a beta, it should be a test of your game. You shouldn't be trying to make money, monetize it until you've fully released the game.
No, exactly.
And that's my biggest current gripe with these guys.
There's some instances where I think beta is good, and you stress test. I like that it's beta weekend. We're going to see how it all goes. We're going to get your opinions, and we're going to go back to our caves, and we're going to make the game as good as we possibly can based on your experience. Going into beta and just and going, oh hey, you can also pay money for things if you like. It's like, no, because this isn't a game yet.
Exactly.
I don't know if this will work.
Yeah. I think that's a bit dodgy. I mean, if you need funding to get it finished, fucking start a Kickstarter. Play the beta if you like it. Kickstarters or some shit,
release.
They don't have any money problems. They're being bankrolled by Hasbro.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're at that point where you've gone, we're running out of money, maybe you should fucking release what you've got instead of releasing it free to play. Add a subscription to it, or release what you did with the founders packs and things like that. But
I'm in two minds about this whole beta conversation.
I think beta is
merit in it, but some people are exploiting it, or it's just it's a waste of a game if you've played through it entirely before they've released it.
Well, exactly, and that's not always always the case.
Have they said how long this we're using the Neverwinter beta obviously as an example. Have they said how long this beta is going to be before they?
There's no indication of when actual release is.
This might be the full game. You don't know
exactly, but they have
to play it now for free.
Well, even when it supposedly goes out of beta, it's still free to play. But
it is too. Yeah.
The thing is. Where do you draw the line in the sand?
It, aren't they? They're going to get. I'm going to put a superfluous date on it at some point and go. July 1st is it's real then, and then they'll flick a switch, have a party.
Or maybe we're just all completely wrong, and the game is actually called Neverwinter Open Beta.
It could be a possibility. Yes, open beta. It's a subland in the place.
So yeah, that's sort of the discussion that we were kicking off on Facebook, and I think beta's a necessity. But
I miss the days.
I get angry at when you start trying to make money out of a beta, and
yeah, I miss the days when the internet didn't exist so heavily, and game devs would have to finish a game, check it themselves before they released it, and if they released a cock up, you got Glover, like that.
Yeah, look, and that's a valid point. The internet certainly has, I guess, made game companies lazy now in terms of we'll just put it on the internet and
kind of adding DLC
we don't have,
but they're getting a bit lazy. Like
we don't have to hire testers. We'll just
use the public.
We just use the public.
And they might pay us.
They might pay us.
We'll pay for testers to make sure that we can launch it to the public, unless we're EA. And a bunch of others, but
we're going to be sore about that for a long time.
EA, we are going to be sore about that for a very long time.
They've got a lot of
They've got a lot of
to do.
Wow.
So, knock, ding dong. Hello.
Here's one.
I'm an EA representative. I here to suck your cock for you.
Excellent.
Let's see.
We're going to need some more of those, EA.
That'll be good.
Here's a new EA story. So you hear that EA have gotten rid of their online passes.
No.
On console, basically, if you buy an EA game, you can register it and get the online pass, and that basically unlocks multiplayer and lets you play all that stuff. So they've gotten rid of that. People hate it, as they should, because it's bullshit.
Yeah.
They get rid of it. Microsoft announced their shit. Collusion?
So yeah, that was relatively quick this week. So when we get some more keys, we'll go through some more games. But at this point in time, we get on the Facebooks if you want to continue that discussion further.
Facebook.com/8bitspodcast.
That's the one.
Fucking hate this one. Needs to explode.
Welcome to the fortune. We'll keep this as short as possible. See if we can keep this episode under 2 hours. Bruce, it's coming up on your channel.
Left 4 Dead 2 and XCOM, as always. I need to get off my ass and edit those. I apologise,
Internets can wait. Myself, July 1st is the reboot date. I'm going to take all of June to amass content. Hopefully finish off Luigi's Mansion and...
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I'm not going to get any money for it.
Yeah, Nintendo is just going to take it from you.
I don't get any money from YouTube anyway, so... July 1st, the reboot kicks off. If you saw the trailer,
so
it shows the games that I'm going to be playing.
You're going to amass content, edit it all, and then schedule it all and never upload a video ever again.
That's right.
All right, and then we'll reboot in 12 months.
And then we'll reboot again when I've run out of content. The idea is to have enough content to not have to do something every day. Just get it all ready. So that's next month.
Pre-recorded everything.
There was about 6 of you in the live stream who got to see a pre-screening of the Slender Madness video, where it's about 8 of us playing Slender. It's a great video. You all enjoyed it.
It's really topical.
It's well, yep.
We're down with the kids.
It's retro now. And that's kind of what the channel's all about. So yeah, that's well done for that, and that'll be the first thing uploaded on July 1st. That is all. Bradidus, what you up to?
Well, we'll see how this Skype game goes. Something might come of that. We don't know.
I might record it. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, I have to record it because I can't get that thing to stop recording.
That is so weird.
So if you call Brad, please be aware that he records every conversation he has.
I don't have a choice.
He's like a call center. He's like a call center. Your call will be recorded for quality and training purposes.
Is that okay?
Good, because if it's not, we're going to record it anyway.
To the sandbag.
Yay! What's in the sandbag today? I bet it's the same thing. I bet you haven't changed it yet.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, it's just Toad. Welcome to the Sandbag. It's our audience participation round, and let's just get to it on YouTube. The Wooganite asks the question that is on everyone's mind. Did you guys enjoy your Tengu eggs?
Well, he has Tengu eggs, so I'm not sure what they are.
Tengu, but we know what they meant. Have you whipped it out yet?
No.
Brad did that night.
Brad did on the way home. He sat in the back of the car and
Don't look at me. Wait, look.
I blacked out the rearview mirror and put up a curtain.
Oh, that's funny. I'm sure they were amazing. Speaking.
Why don't you go buy one and try it out yourself?
You talking to me or them?
Or get a handful of silicon and
four.
Get a handful of silicon and start fucking that.
That's surprisingly good. Vlash. Vlash says on YouTube's the Neverwinter guys are doing a brilliant job with maintenance and server downtime / crashes, keeping the fans updated and even in some cases getting the maintenance done faster than planned.
Was this in regards to your thing, Brucey?
Maybe.
No, it could be, but this is something brilliant. And I agree with you, Vlash. They're doing an awesome job for what's happening.
And he says his main hype is GTA 5. If the game is how they promise it would be with map size, showing off how much you can do from the screenshots, it looks brilliant. Games he's been playing, it's Neverwinter and just a bit of Left 4 Dead 2.
See our new unofficial adding to every segment guy.
Apparently. There you go.
And
I like it.
He can't wait for those videos of obviously when he was playing with you chaps.
Yep.
He also says good show. Thanks, Vlash.
Thanks.
You are a constant delight.
So you're friends now. You've praised Maz's friends.
Yeah. Smooth that out. Yeah, that's right. Christopher on Facebook talking about the X-Bone reveal. Said yesterday's show was not impressive to me at all. Consoles look like they have reached the max with what they can do, and these two new consoles are simply improving on what the last gen could do. Xbox improving on the speech and body recognition, and the PS4 trying to improve their community interaction. Would you agree? Would you think that's a fair statement?
Kind of.
It's a very blanket statement.
Yeah, the hardware's always going to get better. I mean, computers are going to get more powerful, and the consoles are going to follow them.
Yeah,
and it's going to do the same thing over and over again.
And they have been doing that from the beginning. Spud just said, "I think consoles are dead." I mean, what? But that's how it's been from the beginning. They're getting better. They've been getting better since the Commodore 64.
Yeah,
that's kind of the point.
Are they getting better, or are they just turning into PCs?
Just because we're not getting that obvious,
we're not going from 8 bits to 16, or 16 to 3D. We're just getting shinier.
I mean, the RAM jump is huge. I mean,
it's huge.
516 to 8 gig.
Yeah, that's massive.
It's huge.
So it just means
I don't think we've seen what can be done with it.
No, and it'll be a couple of years before developers start taking advantage of all that extra breathing room, which is going to open world out bigger.
I mean, you look at the games that are coming out first. They look gorgeous.
Yeah.
But those are the first games.
Yeah.
Imagine what's going to happen at the end, like near the end of the console cycle.
It's going to be
it's going to be ridiculous.
Huge, yeah. So in that regard, games are going to get great. It's up to the games. I don't think we should put so much pressure on the consoles to do something that's going to impress us.
No, I mean, I just wanted to play games.
Yeah.
I want to play all the games.
But with all this
the used ones.
With all this RAM and stuff, is the fear not that all we're going to get is now PC games on the console?
No.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying there isn't something wrong with it.
I mean, a lot of the games that are already out, you can play on PC as well with your mouse and keyboard.
I mean,
so it's a matter of.
we question, what are all the things we can do with all this RAM? Well we've probably seen a lot of them
on PC. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I don't know.
I prefer a console for the price.
Mm-hmm.
Of the console, that is.
Yeah.
And the convenience of not having to maintain it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Cool. He also says he would go a PlayStation 4 PS Plus being one of his major draw cards.
Oh, yeah, that's that we get free games. It's great.
Yeah. I thought you might like that. Let's have a look at some fart. Or fan art.
Fart.
Fart is what Spud would call it. Gotta find the button to make it happen. There we go. Liam on somewhere Facebook on the fan arts said he noticed something happening, and you see he's zoomed in on the background there of Domo. Soon. And if you check us out,
he's still there.
He's now entered frame.
He's there.
He's no longer a reflection. So
he's trying to eat Brad.
You weren't wrong. He is on his way. Well done. That's not really fan art, but that's the only thing we got. There
was a GIF.
Shelby's been drunk on the floor.
She's been drunk on the floor.
There was a GIF of us.
A GIF?
Yeah.
It wasn't animated though.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, there was one?
Yeah.
Wow!
What have you done?
You just had to click on it, mate.
Oh, that?
No, not that one. There was, I think, I want to say Mike did it.
Well, I'll check that out. We'll put it in Sandbag next week.
Next week's Sandbag will be all the things that should have been in this week.
Yeah. Gonna push the Twitter button and see what happens.
It's me!
It's BRADIDAS!
Nope.
No, it's Gurks.
Hooray.
Xbox, you're drunk. Go home. I'll just stick with my PC. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, if you've got a PC that's decent, you've got no reason to...
That's it. That's all we got.
Thanks, Gurks.
Thanks, Grekken.
That's fine.
Oh! Almost missed out there. Chris Tate, 20. Xbox clearly disappointing, but my guess is to show everything at E3. Either way, I'd have to go for a PS4 if I had to buy one. If you had to... what if Xbox were the ones with the gun to your head saying you have to buy a console? You're still going to pick PS4? I don't think so. Actually missed the beginning. Got to listen to it again on iTunes and rate it 5 stars.
Good work.
Thanks, I think. If you're referencing the podcast, maybe you are. I don't know.
Rate it 5 stars anyway.
Yeah,
whatever
it was. It's fine.
If the chat room wants to say something about the Xbox just quickly while we're in the Twitter mode, I can read that out too if you like. Size matters. Giggity. Oh. Xbox, you're drunk. Go. Okay, we're leaving. Twitter is done.
Looping.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, I got some... speaking of stuff on Facebook, I got some good... I think was Vlash's one comment regarding my thing? I think it was.
Yeah.
But how last name I've forgotten, unfortunately. He said some good stuff too. It was we've been having a good conversation on there.
Mm-hmm.
And Fred was being an arse.
Well, at least he likes the page.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't listen to the podcast. Fact. But he at least likes the page.
It's a start.
It is a start.
Just quicklys, I've got one. Duke Nukem 3D. I got that on GOG.com, and I would like someone to help me set it up so I can play it multiplayer. I don't know IT, so anyone who wants to help me with that.
If you're comfortable teaching your grandma how to sort it out, get in contact with Mads.
It's kind of like that.
It is like that.
It is like that because it's a DOS, and I just have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. It's got... I can phone someone. That's one of the options for multiplayer. I can phone someone's house.
This is a dial-up modem.
Terrible. This is a terrible
Break out
idea.
your old dial-up modem, sir.
Yeah, this is amazing.
This is all bad.
So if you could do that, that'd be awesome. Fred and I want to play that for the next big issues. That, if you can't help me.
And then, hopefully next episode we might have a imported guest.
Oh, yeah.
Imported guest. Thomas from Portugal is heading down to Australia to live the life of champions, and he's going to visit us for a few days. So we'll get him on the next show, hopefully, and also a Mario Party to get erect for as well. So that's good.
So get ready for that, Portugal.
Portugal, represent. I expect at least 2 or 3 more people in the chat room during that show.
We'll know them. They're speaking Portuguese.
That's right. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes to help our ranking, and the link is in the show notes. It's not hard, just push it go to iTunes, click the review button, and then hit the stars.
And if I ever... oh, go on, sorry.
If you want to write a review, that's even better. But you don't have to if you can't be fucked. At least be fucked hitting the stars, because you have no... I know what's happening, especially among our bullshit friends on Facebook, like our real friends. Real. None of them, not one. We posted saying, just please do this. Not one. Not one.
Do you know
I was
what?
at Jason Chong's house, I'm like, have you fucking liked us on... Like, he's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm doing it on your iTunes now. I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
So that one extra that we got in the last 2 weeks, I did it on somebody else's account.
Jason.
It's Jason. So if you are a real friend of ours, don't think that someone else will do it. Stop being a cunt.
Well, we will
Shit.
we will start if we meet you in real life and you haven't liked our page.
I will start.
We will start punching you in the face.
Yeah. Did you like our page? No. You don't fucking. I'm so angry.
You're dead to me. Get away.
Yeah. Next time you want us to like your fucking book or whatever the hell, or your photography page or fucking whatever.
All we're gonna do is eat a dick on it.
Yeah, right. Eat a dick. Find the dislike button. Push it as hard as I can. Anyway.
So heads up.
Then like it and then dislike it again.
Yes.
Heads up, Thomas. You better like the page and rate us before you get here, or you will be the first
There are 14 people in
live
the
stream
chat room.
stoning.
I want fucking at least 10 more reviews on
Yeah, I was gonna say how many reviews do we have now?
It's the same.
Yeah, but how many?
I don't know, like 4?
No,
Four,
no, nothing's
five.
One of them's me.
There's
Oh,
actually
the
there's
likes,
actually a
the
fair
likes,
few.
there's 10 like ratings. So the ratings is all we want.
Ratings.
Vlash, you're in the clear. You're good people.
You're not going to get punched in the face.
No. A lot of face and dick punches happening.
Wow.
Anyway, go to 8bitspodcast.com for all the show notes of today's show.
For all the berating you can take.
Yes. And previous episodes are there, and video, and all the videos, action is there. Facebook.com/8bitspodcast. You can join the conversation with all of us about things and let us know your opinions on stuff, and we obviously smash it into the next episode and stuff. It's good times.
Because we care.
We do care. It's an open discussion, even if you're wrong.
That's right. And most of the time you are. And Mike, if you don't know whether yours is one of those reviews, you better go check that out.
Chances are, if the three of us agree on something, we are right. If we all agree, with that different in opinion, if we all agree, our opinion is right.
That's science.
Fact.
That's science.
It is science.
We get someone to do a case study on it. Get Nick onto it. Do a PhD on how right we are.
Well, that's it. Unless you guys have got something to say. Thank you very much to our sponsors of this episode.
Thank you very much, sponsors.
Stelgim, Atemawk, Grim, Vlash,
And,
Shelby.
And yeah, Shelby.
and Shelby, and Stelgim again, who double dipped this
Shelby
week.
was Atemawk.
Shelby.
No, Shelby did.
Yeah, Shelby did as well. And Stelgim double dipped, which was good times. So you guys rock our world, and we love your face and hands with mouth. And
Okay.
And on that note,
We'll see you next time.